Hello. I wanted to wish you personally a happy new year. I hope you're all doing well. I thought it would be different to give you my writing update this way so I could say hello. Um, as many of you know, I have been on an agent search. I don't have anything to report back about that. It's mostly been crickets. So I did have one agent who expressed a lot of interest, but somehow I ended must have ended up at the bottom of her slush pile and haven't heard anything for months and months. So I'm moving on. I've got a list here of four more agents to query. And that book I'm calling Finding Juniper. And I thought I'd tell you a little bit um, about that and my pitch, which I'm going to be rewriting because it must not be very good. But to give you an idea of what the book is about, rejected because of his service in the Great War, Irishman Paddy Doyle escaped civil war by coming to America, only to find himself wrapped up in prohibition and harassed by uh, anti Catholic ruffians. Years later, he receives a letter apparently written by Juniper, the daughter he left behind. Finding her will either bring him home or convince him there is no such place. At the age of 18, Juniper McGurdy is set free from an Irish institution to live alone in her family's secluded cottage after her mother is killed for her anti treaty views. When the father she never met and his American daughter arrive at her door, they bring shocking news. How can Juniper start a new life when the past she had no control over will not go away? So that's a novel that I have finished, and I'm going to work on that pitch and hopefully get some interest in this new year. What I'm currently writing, I'm doing a lot of blog posts. I'm working on a series of post about places in Ireland that will be going on our Ancient Bridget tour in 2023. And now we can say next year. Next year, we're going to Ireland. So I hope you'll check out that if you're interested in coming with us. And the blog post will look at the different areas that we're going to visit and give you a little background of why they're important to me, why they're important. Uh, in the book, some of them are significant to the book Bridget of Ireland. But I am working on a new novel, and it's a little hard to tell somebody what it's about when it isn't finished. So if you bear in mind that this could change, it could change quite a bit as I work on it, I'll tell you what I'm working on. There's a present day storyline. Juliet relocates her family from Chicago to her great grandfather's farm in Ohio in hopes of finding peace after suffering a trauma. She takes a job as a secretary in a small church, and she meets the janitor named Joe, and they both start digging into their respective genealogies and discover that their ancestors' paths had crossed. And as they uncover things about their families, Juliet begins to wonder if Joe has befriended her to get something he believes her family had stolen from his family. And the historical story involves slavery, a Civil War prison, and a deciding baseball game between the prisoners and the grandsons of these characters, who, just after World War II in Europe, also play a significant baseball game and discover that their families knew each other back in Ohio. So that is what I'm working on. I'm really enjoying that. And thank you for listening. And Happy New Year.